This section is just going to give you step-by-step instructions on how you can provide support for members of your community who are going through the judicial system.
Before you start developing an elaborate court support plan, you're going to want to talk to the defendant to make sure that they're behind you 100%. Some defendants aren't interested in having a lot of media hype around their case for family reasons or for fear of losing their jobs or their children, but they may want you to still show up for their court appearance. So just have a frank discussion with them about what you're interested in doing and what they need. The defendant should also talk to their attorney about what types of court support actions might hinder their case. During your press conference and the associated trial or hearing, participants can dress in the same shirt or the same color or wear a matching ribbon to show solidarity and unity among your community.
Your chapter can find medical cannabis cases through the news media, networking with criminal defense attorneys, and collectives. Also, talk about court support at your chapter meetings so members know they can turn to your chapter for support. Once you've identified a case, gently probe for the details of the case to determine if it's one your chapter should alert the media about. Be sensitive. We are all innocent until proven guilty, and try to refrain from judgment. The patient's well-being and comfort should be always number one, so you might find that media attention may be more harmful than beneficial in some cases. After finding a case to support, make contact with the patient and gather as much information about the next court appearance as possible. Things such as the type of hearing, motions that will be filed, departments, times, as well as the full address of the courthouse and any parking information that's available. Offer to arrange for interviews on the day of the court appearance. Next, a few days before the appearance, begin to promote the court support event via email lists, forums, and social networking sites such as Facebook. A balance should be achieved so that you're not promoting too early, as hearings often get rescheduled and you want to avoid confusion and feelings of inconvenience. Your notice should include all the information you've gathered, as well as an encouragement to dress as if we were all on trial. Send out a press release 24 hours before the hearing and bring some extra copies of the press release to hand out outside the courtroom. On the day of your court support event, be sure and greet people as you're able and introduce one another. It's best to be quiet and listen to the proceedings without comment, so the patient feels supported but not fearful that the judge will be angered. Remember to thank the press and your vulnerable patient for fighting for all of our rights, and check in with them often to see how they're holding up.
When I showed up at court and saw people standing in the hallway, and the hallway was full, and people were handing out ribbons, and I knew that this was what court support's about. The thing that's against you is all-powerful. It can do whatever it wants. It can put handcuffs on you and take you away. It can find you in contempt. It can clear the courtroom and not let anybody be in there. And court support is the thing that holds that accountable. Everybody got to see what happened. They got to see the judge act the way he did. Got to see the bailiffs act the way they did. That's one of the values of court support, is it holds the system accountable. And for me to be in there, knowing that all those people were watching in the very beginning, it was powerful. And the fact that in a second, maybe 2 seconds after that judge called his bail out at $200,000, and I knew I couldn't make bail, within seconds they had hands behind my back and I was in custody. And at least I heard my wife scream out, and I knew at least those people were there for her. It wasn't just supporting me, but I knew those people were there for her.